today? When will you begin? If you don't start now, then tell me when. We only have one life, only one life to live. So if you don't start.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. So we're gonna start our first little fireside talk.
If you don't start now, please tell me when.
So he's usually behind the camera, so he's just gonna keep like slowly going out of the frame today. Like you'll notice that, he'll just not me. Get over here. I'm just gonna do a quick introduction for my friends. Wanna go ahead, Marie?
Hello, I'm Marie Senghore. I also have a YouTube named lasenghore.com.
Yes,
S-E-N-G.
I'll have her link for her YouTube channel below.
You can just read it here.
Exactly. Yeah. read it right here or right here. I'll put it all over the place. This and then.
Well, I'm Alejandro Mateos. I'm a photographer. You can follow me on Instagram, I guess.
I'll put all their links and everything if you want to follow them for their work. They're both creative artists, just like myself. Thank you. So today we're just gonna do something called a little fireside chat, and we all brought topics to the table today, and we're gonna chat about them. So Marie is from Sweden, and Alex is from Mexico. So from Mexico. So and then I'm from Texas. You know what's up. So we have a lot of different like viewpoints today, and like even if we talk about something as silly as like food is serious. Even if we talk about that though, like you're gonna be able to experience, for those of you who have never met someone out of the United States, here are two of them. So let's actually quick intro. I know them from an acting school out here, an acting and film.
You cannot say names, right?
I mean you can, I just don't want to like why
Don't
give them
promote
credit for our friends. So we all met at an acting film fun school. And yeah, I don't know why I'm making that so difficult. Anyways, so now we're here. Marie is an actress and a YouTuber. Alex is a fantastic photographer who has done our headshots and his beautiful work. He doesn't just do headshots, but yeah. Anyways, so let's get started.
We can do mine, because I feel like my topic, I might have talked about this with you guys before, but it's also food related. Food is important. And as a Swede, I feel like I have to bring this topic up. Pancakes versus waffles.
Pancakes versus waffles.
I have this discussion maybe once a month. But I feel I like it connected with a lot of people.
With herself? She's like in her room, oh, waffles are so much better.
I do it in the
She's
bathroom.
doing like pros and cons.
In the bathroom?
I do it when I'm on the loo, I need there for a longer time and have this discussion with myself. And I feel like everyone should. And before I get into my stance on the point, because there are waffles, all types of waffles in Belgium are usually the most common ones. There are Swedish waffles, pancakes, there are American pancakes, there are crepes, there are Swedish pancakes and whatnot. But yeah, before I start,
you wanna go last?
Yeah.
Answer? Okay. So I am a huge Francophile. If you don't know what that means, it means I'm obsessed with the French culture. So I'm personally a fan of crepes. However, the concept of a waffle is just so much more appealing to me. Because the texture, it's not too soft and it doesn't get soggy in the syrup, and I actually do something weird. I put jam on my waffles, which is it's not weird? Okay, it's weird in Texas. If I had to pick between the two, I would say waffles, but if I'm going very specific, I would say crepes, only because I'm obsessed with the French culture. I don't know, what about you, Alex? What do you think?
Any of those? I don't care.
no, just imagine this. You're about to die and they give you your final meal and they tell you, do you want waffles or do you want pancakes?
It depends, because I have good experiences with both of them. If they tell me any pancakes, I'm gonna say okay, maybe the pancakes of the restaurant I went to Mexico all the time with my dad to have breakfast. Or waffle that is from the restaurant that I go to have breakfast with my grandma. I used to go there.
Okay. But so then if you have to choose between those two?
Yeah, it's hard. Both of them bring really good memories. The waffles have a lot of whipped cream, but the pancakes have jam and it was like I remember it was like a bare face kind of shape. So it had like ears and like the face and I think the eyes were like jam, and the smile was like a peach, like cut.
That's
Like,
so cute.
yeah, I know. It's like
You like the visual part.
I like the visual part, but also like the waffle had like a lot of whipped cream and like color sprinkle, like you know those things.
One was more like a breakfast, and one was more like a dessert, kind of. It sounds like. But you don't. Yeah, those are. You're very specific though. I feel like you don't have to choose if you have those.
Also
two.
with that, interesting, because you said like it's more like a breakfast than one's breakfast and one's dessert, which I've noticed here, because I always see it as dessert. Like it wasn't until I moved here that I actually had like the two of them as like breakfast, because I mean like in Sweden you can have pancakes for like lunch, dinner or whatever. You can, of course you can have, there's some people who have it for breakfast, but it's more common that you like have it like Thursdays at lunch, pancakes, or
You don't have
like
IHOP
a
there?
dessert.
No IHOP.
Some late night
No.
Denny's.
Oh, sorry.
And let me tell you why.
Don't eat.
No. And I'm gonna tell you why, because in Sweden they have Swedish pancakes, which are thin pancakes. You can call them crepes if you like, but they're usually not as big, like diameter isn't as wide as a crepe.
What about the thickness?
Thickness, thin pancakes, because I have issues with American pancakes, those flapjacks or whatever. I think it's too much of the squishy thing. It
Too thick?
me. Yeah, it's too thick for me. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I'm sorry, America. It's too thick for me. I'm pro waffle any day. I have a very strong opinion about this. If you want the soft side, you get that in a waffle. Like you can get a Belgian waffle, it'll be a little like softy, squishy on the inside, and then on the outside it'll be like crusty, even though sometimes it can be a little. My favorite is Swedish waffles, and I made the mistake when I moved here. I bought a waffle iron and I didn't think about it. I just thought it would be like our regular Swedish ones.
Because it's not Swedish waffles there, it's just waffles.
Yeah, like back home it's just waffles, but then they're Belgian waffles. But here the Belgian waffle is the waffle, and
What
the
about
Swedish.
Eggos?
Yeah, I got some Eggos. You
Those
bought
are
it?
really good.
They're so good.
Just like
I got
fruit
gluten-free ones. You're gluten-free.
I bought you got them.
Gluten-free waffles.
Oh my god, I'll eat them if you bought them, but I had them once, and they're not my favorite. But also, since I cook and bake a lot, I always prefer to make everything myself. Like I'm also very attached to it because my birthday is on the waffle day in Sweden, which is March 25th.
The waffle day.
Yeah, and it's my name day as well.
That's not your birthday.
That's not your birthday.
My name day. Sorry.
We're like, you're what?
And they're like, have you been lying? And I'm like, yes.
Do you celebrate your date birthday?
I don't know what that means. Does that
No?
mean when my name
Yeah.
was invented?
Okay, so I didn't. No, so the thing is, like in Sweden, like every day.
Since we have the same name, we
Yeah.
have to like.
We have the same name day.
Uh-huh.
Well, yours would be Alexander. I'm actually gonna check out what day your name is because I do know that like there's an Alexandra.
There's two different ones.
Like usually if the names are similar, like Alexander and Alexander, then you usually have like the same name day. But like
Because in
We
Mexico.
can celebrate together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Mexico we have different. Well, I guess it's the Catholic, the religious part of Mexico
Yeah.
when they celebrate your saint.
Mhm.
It's like Saint San Alejandro,
Yeah.
San Alejandra, or you know.
yeah, it is that way as well. Since my name like Marie is Virgin Mary, basically like this, and technically the French, but like the name is Virgin Mary. So my name I think it's Marie and Maria. I don't know if there's a male name as well that day.
Mario.
Mario.
No, that's not. That's
That's
not. But yeah, so Swedish waffles.
That's our answer,
Yeah.
and we're sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
Question 2 from yours truly.
Hey.
So I guess I wanted to shine a light on y'all's internationalities, and I wanted to know what the biggest difference. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. And just like culture-wise, whatever it is, food-wise, people, whatever it is, in between where you grew up and here, in California specifically.
Americans are very it's very stereotypical the way that most Swedes view Americans. You're very like outgoing and like talkative to strangers, and I think like I think they are way more than like I'm used to. Because I mean, like in Sweden, like especially Stockholm, if you're out, like if you're sitting on the bus or metro, whatever, you're not supposed to talk to strangers or people.
It's frowned upon.
What? There. No, he was.
I told you
I
he was
told
gonna
you.
keep
He's trying to do my
making his way out.
I was just
Alejandro!
disappearing. No, but like it's you're not like it's kind of weird if you like talk to strangers. Like it's
How weird.
Yeah,
They
like,
look like if you ask for directions.
no,
do they
like
blow
that's
the whistle?
fine.
Like, what's going on?
No, but you know, like so, like
Right.
if I go to the bus, if I'm sitting on the bus, let's say, and they're like the bus is completely empty, and someone comes in on the next stop, and then they sit close to me. Like if the entire bus, like I have someone sit behind me or in front of me or next to me, whatever. That's kind of like whoa.
Yeah.
But here, like I can just be standing like waiting for the bus, and like this guy would be like, "Oh hey, whatever," blah, 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 and like start a conversation. And I mean, like it's not good nor bad. I'm just not used to it because I'm just like, if I'm out, if I don't know you, we're not supposed to speak. Like I don't need
Not
to.
supposed to.
Yeah, no, it's just like I'm not supposed to interrupt your day. You're not supposed to interrupt mine. Like I do have the idea. Like of course you can go and make new friends, whatever. Just specifically in Stockholm, not because both of them are like gonna be in Stockholm, like within
very
very soon. I'm like staying away, but it's nothing like that. It's
We're just gonna
like,
be like with our hoods on there. Don't talk to anyone.
no, it's not that.
I'm
but it's
gonna be
just
the weird guy that is like, hey, my first time in Stockholm.
yeah. But the
You
thing
know good
is,
places?
but the thing is, like at the same time, we don't have it that much in Sweden, but like we appreciate it. Like because if I have a stranger talk to me, I'm like, whoa, okay, you're talking to me, but then it's like. You're very friendly, like hello, okay, and like we'll enjoy the content because it's like it's a change of pattern, which is good. But I think that's like something that I really like had to take in or like get used to. Yeah, but I enjoy it. Talk to me, people. But yeah, I think that's it. Like people are very talkative here to strangers, and it was very nice. One day a guy complimented my shirt. And I was wearing like my nerdy shirt. And
Oh, I remember that day.
Thank you. Oh no, that wasn't even the same one.
Was it
No, that wasn't my banker. Honestly, though, my nerdy shirts, I think I've had like 5 people stop me and just be like,
Those are keepers.
yeah.
For sure.
But I think that's it. Other than that, and then like the pancake issue.
Issue.
Yeah.
We're now labeling it a
Yeah.
pancake
She's
issue.
trying to bring it up because she has more to say.
I really wasn't done. Like, it's really
Yeah.
serious.
Actually,
She got me.
baking soda. And
I
I'm
got
kidding.
baking.
No.
So, oh my.
Um,
Is it different? Oh, it's the Mexican vanilla too. Don't forget.
yeah. Okay. No, I just have to say this because so, like I use
That's
like
my script.
vanilla. What's it called?
Mexican vanilla.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
What?
Like I don't know what it is. Like
It's just regular vanilla.
yeah, it's like regular, but it's like labeled Mexican vanilla. So like I went into the store when I first moved here, and I was like, oh, I need some like vanilla or whatever. And then like we only have Mexican vanilla, and I was, like at first when I bought it, I was just like I was doubting. I'm like, what is Mexican vanilla? I'm like, what's the difference here? Because normally it's just vanilla. And then I tried it, bought it, and it's literally just the same. And whatever store I went to, they only had Mexican vanilla, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know what the rest of the world is doing wrong. I'm like, it tastes the exact same. And then we went to Target, and I was like, hey, like, cause I'm used to it. I'm like, hey, do you have any Mexican vanilla? And the lady looked at me as if I like asked for the devil, and she was just like, we got regular vanilla. And I'm like,
I'll have to talk.
okay, I'm sorry.
And this Mexican couple was walking by and was
Yeah.
laughing because she said it so loud. They were like, what?
Yeah, because for them it's probably just like it's just vanilla, and I was just like it wasn't just vanilla for me as well. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's that like you turned me into a Mexican vanilla asker. But so that's also another difference between Sweden and US. So you got
Vanilla.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I would say that it's not for me that thing. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
Like the lack of interaction between people.
Really?
Yeah.
So people are less or more outgoing in Mexico? Yeah.
Well, like you can say good morning in an elevator and they will not stare at you like leave me alone. Like I just want to drink my like
Is it happening to you?
yeah. Yeah.
We're not like that in Sweden.
No, like every
I
day.
didn't think we were like that here.
Every day, even in the subway, like I don't know, like asking for directions. I'll go to anyone, like, hey, do you know how to get there? And they will be like, no, please stay away, stay away. Like, I don't know, like,
Oh my gosh.
We're not like that either.
That's horrible.
you know, and that's for me. That
Shame
is
on you, California.
For me, it's that lack of interaction between people. Because even like you have seen, even my roommate and I, like we go to the cashier and be like, hey, how is your day going? Like
Yeah.
we want to know about them. We want to, and even in the street.
Yeah.
Like you can be standing in a corner and be like, I don't know, the weather is so hot, and they will be like, yeah, I know, like and last week, and you could have like a conversation with that guy just walking down the street,
Yeah.
and you know, like it's more friendly, I guess, in a way. I don't know. So for me, that's the biggest change. Like,
Yeah, be nice to people. Like that's saying hello is like the best. Just connecting
Like
with
we
people.
enjoy it, but like, cause I've sometimes like I've flashed a smile to someone in Sweden. Sometimes I get it back. No, but like someone,
maybe you're doing something wrong.
hey, were you?
I know when they're talking to you.
I think I prefer it when like people are more, like you said, like it makes me more like talkative and like nice. Cause even if it's shitty, I'll just be happy. I'm like, oh my god, someone asked me a question. You didn't even know me. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
It's perfect now. Thank you. Like you fixed my day.
Aww.
And you know, like also another thing, like because I have a lot of them, is like that I feel like people here in the United States cannot go like like out of protocol. In Mexico, you got a problem, like you and the other person will try to fix it.
Yeah.
Here it's like, well, I'm not supposed to do that, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like the other day, we had to fix a thing with the electricity company, and only because my name is on the account and not my roommate, he couldn't solve it.
What?
And he's like, I can only answer with yes and no to you because you're not
Oh
the.
my gosh.
And I was like, kind of like even like that. I mean, when I came here, the first days I had like an eviction notice because something went wrong with my roommates. It was horrible, and I tried to solve it like the very same day, and they were like, well, we need to wait like a process of 3 hours, and we're about to close. It's like 5. I'm like, like just get out of protocol and please like.
Customer service people.
Yeah, we're about to close in 3 hours, okay? Like just
exactly.
Like, kill yourself. Wait 3 hours or we're gonna close.
It's gonna help me and it's gonna help you. Like we're gonna solve this even faster.
I'm gonna give you a bigger tip. It'll be great.
Like you don't have to wait for tomorrow. I'm not gonna call you tomorrow. Even in the bank, like those things are like, no, I'm not supposed to do that, so I'm not gonna do it. Just let's solve this problem right now. And that's one of the things. The other things.
My difference between California and Texas, one of the biggest differences is like when I just come here, like everyone's so motivated to do something. Like when you come to LA, like you have a plan and you have a goal and you're working towards that goal. Not to say that people in other states don't, but it's more like some people are just like complacent where they are and they're gonna like, let that happen. And there's just a higher majority of people here that are like working towards something greater, you know what I mean? Like in greater in size, not in like happiness, because so many people find happiness in like Texas and what they do, and that's awesome. But like when you come here, you're coming here to work like for impossible dreams. And like that's the beautiful thing about it, is because like we know we're not alone doing it. Obviously the driving is different. Just like the way people drive is just people are so selfish when they're driving here. They're not oblivious. In Texas, people are just like, oh, I'm just going to do what I do and I'm oblivious. Here, they're like, I know I'm about to screw you over, but I don't care because I have somewhere to be. I'm like, oh, okay.
If you want to, like, real driving lessons, go to Mexico City. Because even, like,
the best
traffic here, there's like, oh my god, I did 2 hours in the highway. Like, guess what? I did, like, 3 hours to go to school at 7 a.m. in the morning. That was the normal. Like, I had to leave my house really early because you never know with traffic, so.
3 hours?
Yeah.
How far was school?
Without traffic, it would be like 30, 40 minutes or 50, I guess. But every day was traffic, so you had to leave your house 1 hour, 2 hours early, so.
I would die.
Yeah.
So.
That's also like something, because I mean, like, I complain about it here, but it's only also because, like, in Sweden, there's, like, at least Stockholm, you can get stuck in traffic, of course. Nowhere near as bad as it can get here. But it's also because like a lot of people like the public transportation system is amazing. You can get anywhere with the buses, with the metro system, just like the tram, everything. So you can get around without a car.
So amazing, like hearing these first world problems.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
I mean, they opened a new line of the subway. I think they made the train tracks wider, so the trains couldn't go through. So the construction of that line, it took like 6-7 years.
And it wasn't ready.
Everybody was like, it's gonna be perfect. It went like through a lot of like different presidents, and everybody's like, it's gonna be fine. The first time they like open it, they see all these problems that they are having, and they have to close it, and nobody can use it. And it was going to solve a lot of problems. So now you have like a new line that doesn't work, and you spend all this money and you ask, all this money for it.
Oh my
It's not
god.
working.
6 years.
Wow.
Something like that. Like,
Wow.
Oh
Mexico.
my. And then it just doesn't work. That'd be the most discouraging thing as an architect, or as like the planner.
no,
Like,
and just recently we have this like a bus, but it has its own lane, so it goes faster around the city, out like on the street. And they said like, okay, let's make it like from two floors, like the ones of London. So they were like, yeah, let's do it. We can fit more people in it, and more people can travel from place to place.
Yeah.
They get the buses. They say like, oh, it's like $1 million pesos like each one. Like it's gonna be so great. But the only thing that they forgot to say is that the stations were designed for the only 1 floor buses, not for 2 floor. So when they open it, the first bus comes in and it doesn't fit, so it goes through and
oh my gosh,
hits
oh my gosh,
hits
oh my
the
gosh,
floor.
oh my gosh.
There was no one there.
Because they had to do like a trial run.
And everybody's like, look, here it comes, and it goes.
Everyone's watching and they're like, oh.
It doesn't go through, and it's
That's
like,
horrible.
so you spend all this money, all this time, building 2 floors, and also I guess that the second floor was just for people that it was like I don't know how much feet or what, but it was like people for height. It was 1 meter 50, 1 meter 60.
Wow.
And like I mean,
Hunched over.
yeah, like I was thinking like, I couldn't say.
I was just like, I gotta be on the first floor. Sorry.
I guess they took like the average and they will be like, oh, the average Mexican measures like 1 meter 50. Okay, let's do 1 meter 50. Everybody's gonna fit. Like,
Wow, that's hilarious. For real.
you see, like you have this problem and
The North Pole.
Yeah.
you have this problem and like here you have there's too much snow in the tracks. We cannot go anywhere.
But hey, it's a hard thing when you need to get to work.
That now you have to think about what about street lights? Can the bus go through like down the under the street light? What about this? The trees, the trees in between like the road.
Yeah.
Can it's you have to fix all this problem. It's like
That's
why don't we just
And then
buy
there's
more
people on the
buses?
top floor just like this.
For some reason, it makes me love Mexico even more.
Oh, I know.
I just want to go.
Because they say like that thing that they say that New York is the toughest city in the world.
Yeah.
No
Like,
way.
No, they're
They're
more tough.
Americans.
I was like, you don't know where I came
Go,
from.
like
We're the easiest country.
I'm not even saying like go to Mexico City. Go to anywhere. Like go anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true actually.
We're the easiest country to live in, and people have no idea because they never leave.
This is like in New York. Oh, there was a crazy guy in the subway. Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, you're like, there's a crazy guy in my home. It's my dad.
Like there's a guy sleeping in front of my door. Like,
Okay.
Okay. Our last question from Alejandro.
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 personally, I'm not planning on staying here in the United States. It's maybe in another city. I don't know. Like my question is, from I don't know Stockholm. Why come here to LA if there's movies everywhere? Like there's a cinema industry everywhere. I mean, everybody says like, oh, because I want to be an actress. And then I asked them, well, do you want to be an actress or do you want to be a celebrity? Because there's like 2 different. Like you can be an actress in your own country, and you could be the best actress,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be
And it'll
acting.
happen faster
Or
than
do you
coming
wanna?
here.
Yeah. Or do you want to be in the magazine covers, or do you want to be?
Yeah.
I mean, you can stay home and do acting. I can stay in Mexico. I can do photography. I can do. My reason is that basically, like I just want to compete with the big, I guess, big dogs. Do you call them like the big,
Yes.
like the directors,
Yeah.
all those people that come from Mexico and they were like, well, Mexico is a little small for me, so I'm going. And they are competing and they are winning against them.
You want to be a part of that?
I want to like compete with them, against them. I should come where they are right now, so I get this education. I guess to start from a faster pace, I guess, and not starting like underneath them and be like, oh, someday I'm gonna be like them.
Yeah, work your way
like
up.
right now I'm in the world, and I don't know, maybe someday I will work for them and I will learn from them, and that's it. I mean, both of you are actresses, so what made you come from Texas, Stockholm, and start acting here?
Yeah. I think For me, there's two things. First of all, it was a place far from my home, because for university I was very close to my home. I was 2 hours away driving, and for California it was like a whole nother state, like a whole nother culture. I would have to start on my own and like be my own person, and once I got a taste of that from university, I was like, I want more. Like I want to be more on my own and more like independent and more creative. And every time I would come to California, there would just be like this fire like ignited inside of me that was like, I'm gonna get shit done today, you know what I mean? And so that kind of fire kind of kept growing, and as soon as I moved here, like I just remember feeling like this overwhelming sense of like, it was like motivational, like I said earlier, people are motivated around here, and like that's one big reason for me is because it just feels so, you're always challenged here. And then I wanted my independence and I wanted to live in a different culture, which I didn't realize how different it would be just being a few states over. But it's more my mindset than Texas was, and the way of being open-minded, and not to say that people in Texas aren't, just like, so it's just a very different way of thinking here. That was one of the biggest reasons for me, just to have like people around me that thought more like me. That was my main thing. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I understand, like you said, like everyone's here for the opportunity. For me, I can't talk about it without mentioning the difference of opportunity coming from Sweden and like being like Black in Sweden, trying to make it in an industry that is primarily white. And I know that here in the US there's a lot of it here too, but it doesn't even compare to the way it is in Sweden. I count on my two fingers like this Black Swedish actors that I've seen on like big films, big TV, even not just Sweden, just Scandinavia in general. Like I always knew that I wanted to act, like there's never been any doubt or whatever. I've always been interested in like from arts, I used to dance and like even took singing classes. I cannot sing for shit, but like I did it because I know I love performing and acting. It's like it's been such a big part of me. And like I said, like growing up in Sweden, even though Stockholm's very mixed and you can find people from all over, it's not being represented in TV and film at all, I feel like. And even though like I was lucky and I got a bit of a head start before I got here, I mean, I got to work on some really cool projects and got some parts, but even I remember meeting like with an agency in Sweden and they told me like, yeah, like we like your work and whatever, but they told me straight up like there's not really an industry for you here yet, like you could do maybe like try to start up something yourself, which is also another reason why here is great, because here like I can go every week and fight. Either if I don't create my own stuff, I can find some other people who are working on something. It's not necessarily paid or whatever, but there's always like films or short films or like TV projects going on.
Always
and,
work to be done.
Yeah, and like it's a film city and it's like entertainment all over. Like Stockholm right now in Sweden isn't the place for me. Like I wouldn't be able to get as much opportunity as I needed to grow and to work more to actually make a career out of it. So I always knew that I had to move, and then I think LA just started for me just honestly just from like films, watching films and TV, like being like a young kid and being like, oh well, like super nerdy, but like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like I'll go to Hollywood because that's where all the films are. But I feel sort of like you, that like I'm here, but I'm here now as I'm working and I'm like getting as much done as possible, because like you said, like you do feel that motivation to actually get work, like the city sort of brings it out of you, because you know if you're lazy, like you snooze, you lose. I consider myself being a very international person, mainly because like I'm from, like my family and everyone's from the Gambia, but I grew up in Sweden, in Europe. I lived in Spain for a year, which changed my life basically, and now I live here in America. But I know that like I told you, like I want to move to South Korea and like try acting there, because for me like acting, it can be done everywhere. It's just like you need a good place, like a good base, or just a good place where you know that there is opportunity for you to work. Like for now I'm focused on being here in LA and doing all that I can while I'm here, so that I could, or so it would be easier for me to move to the next point in my life. But I do know, like you said, that there's a lot of people who want to be famous more than they want to actually act. And because especially from like our school, there are a lot of people who just showed up having like no real like interest in acting or acting history or like even like the performing arts.
Creative arts at all.
Yeah,
They
whatsoever.
just want to hang out with.
Like they just want to be like, oh, I'm in a school in LA and whatever, and it's like, oh, it's close to Hollywood, and also if you want to be famous, and just
post a sex video. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding, don't do that.
do it if you want to.
Don't let her to.
Yeah, don't let her
Destroy
stop
your
you.
dreams.
I'll watch it. You want to act? Go take acting classes and like get into the arts and see what it's all about. But like, if you just want to be famous, I swear to God, like
There's other ways.
Because like being in the film
Yeah.
school, you'll notice that when you enter, your classroom is packed like with people, and everybody's like, yeah, I love this film and I want to be like this actor. And the next semester is like, well, like a lot of people left because
Yeah,
they
there's only
cannot
like a third
maintain.
of them there.
yeah,
And a lot of them like realize that, well, maybe I don't want to be an actor. I just want to be famous.
I would just say like, if you want to be famous, like there's nothing wrong. Just like be open about it, and then just like save your money.
Yeah. Figure out what makes you unique and showcase that
yeah, and
in a way
that's
that
it.
everyone can see.
Yeah, like
Don't waste our time either.
Yeah, no.
It's a nice little benefit, but it's
Yeah.
not like.
it's not like the goal.
But like I have heard these a lot from. I mean, like in the film school, everybody's like, my goal is to win an Oscar. Is your goal really to win an Oscar?
Oh Lord, no.
Exactly. Like mine neither. I just
to
wanna,
win.
because
To have that also.
I would say, of course, I really want to win an Oscar for cinematography. Of
Yeah.
course, I want to do it because it's an award. It's a
Yeah.
prestigious award. Like my real goal is to be a working cinematographer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I go to set and I'm happy. I know like
Yeah.
this is where I want to be. I don't necessarily need to be like winning awards and being the most famous director.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
I just want to
agree.
make enough money so I can maintain myself,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
my art,
Yeah.
and
Have a happy life.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
happy life.
because like I heard someone say before, and it's like so true. Like I just wanna be able to do my art at such a successful level that I don't have to have a side job. I just want to live on like my work. As long as I had fun and I enjoyed what I did. Like,
Just want to do
yeah,
my
just wanna
art
live off it.
and maintain myself.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. If
Yeah.
I get any awards,
Cool.
oh, cool. If it's an Oscar, even better.
Yeah.
Whatever. But my ultimate goal is like,
To be happy.
Yeah. Like I still know if I go back to Sweden, there's no ending. Like I'm not gonna stop acting for any reason. Yeah, but you know, like that's how much I love it because I would like you have to love it enough to like give it everything and just give it your all, basically.
It's a fun thing to be a part of.
Yeah, like the industry is amazing, but like you said, like
You have to
if
love
you're
it.
not in it for the right
Yeah.
reasons, or if you're not mentally strong enough, it'll kill you. Literally, it will kill you.
You'll go insane.
At least we're all healthy here.
Yes.
Yeah, so far.
Sipping on our wine. I hope you guys got a little bit out of this, and if you want to move to LA, you know all the pros and cons of it now after that conversation. And we also have waffles and pancakes here, so it's all good in the hood. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope to see you next time. I'm Alexandra Raé. This is Maria and Alejandro.
our social network will be here and here.
And here, they'll be everywhere, and not in the spilled wine coolies. Oh my god, I have a white carpet.
There was nothing. You didn't see anything.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, break.
Right.
Ooh.